Marcus, and I'm a write-in candidate for President of the United States of America. I'd like to dedicate this message to the young people, to entertainers and movie stars. I need your help. In history, whenever there came major changes in our society as we knew it to be, it was because of young people. Young people are that life force that brings about whatever is needed, anywhere that it is needed. There are older people who live in our society who vote. They will not vote for me because they're set in their ways and they're not ready for change. If I could remind you, it was young people who stood up and stood beside a group of people who decided that they didn't want to be slaves anymore. There were those who kept them in slavery, as it were, because it benefited them and they didn't want change. But until those people who were slaves decided that they wanted change, no change was forthcoming. But when they decided, it was because young people stood up and said, I want change as well. And they brought that change about. When women had no rights, treated basically like property, or to do whatever a man willed them to do, it went on for generations and generations, and it was okay. But change finally came, and it came after a hard-fought battle. People are set in their ways. Young people, I say to you, let me give you some reasons why you should support this change. Many of you are in school. Some of you are in college. Some of you are preparing to get out of college. And you have accumulated a great debt, a debt that you're going to have to deal with when you come out of school. Now I ask you, why should you be in debt? This country isn't really doing anything for you. You are being educated so you can come out into this world. Now you have been told that you and your education will allow you to come out and make a life, prosper. But in truth, who really prospers? This nation prospers. So rather than you having to pay to go to school, if any payment is going to be done, you should be paid for going to school, because you are going to come out and you're going to continue to make this nation a great nation for whatever status has been set to determine if it's great. You, young people, are the lifeblood. Those of you who are in entertainment, you know what it's like. You have a dream, and you believe in your dream. But there's a price to pay to be successful in entertainment. You know that for every 10 people, 7 of them wouldn't mind being an entertainer. For a couple of reasons. Some got talent, others knows that the pay is good. And you have been given a system that robs you of your decency. Your talent is not sufficient enough. They want you to do despicable things in order to get that book. And you are competing, and those of you who are more vulnerable to give in to whatever those situations are, you do it. You got American Idol. You got The Voice. Everybody's talking about being successful, and you want that success. I see you crying when you don't make the call. And when you do, you're so excited. It's like winning the lottery. Your chances of having a wonderful life, a life where you don't have these bills and things to worry about, is about to be answered. That's a system that set you up to keep flowing a way of life that your great-great-grandparents never thought that you'd have to endure. Some of you have become superstars, movie stars. And the roles that you play, you never thought as a kid that you'd have to do that. Women, men, in a role, kissing on folks, embracing people as though you are in a porn movie. Your videos. Sure, guys like to see women look good, and women, you do look good. Every last one of you are as gorgeous as you can imagine you are. And let me tell you something, there's some guy out there who is agreeing that you are just as gorgeous as you think you are. And guys, there are ladies out there who think the same about you. But I want you to know that you are being exploited. Exploited. What's in this exploitation? You are being chosen, selected out of a group of people who are perhaps more talented than you, but who will not sleep on the couch. I'm not saying that you are, but many of you do. You are being selected. You are being given a reward of cash, a form of God, that you can do things that everybody wish they could do. And so that's why they keep trying out for American Idol. That's why they keep trying out for The Voice. That's why they keep competing, trying to get that success. But you shouldn't have to compete in that form. You should have your blessings because they have been designed so that you can use them to help make this nation a great nation, to keep this nation a great nation. And why is this nation great? Is it great because we have billionaires, or is it great because we know how to treat people? Is it great because we know how to treat our children, our parents, and ourselves? Is it great because we know how to treat other nations? We treat other nations as we treat ourselves. This is the America that I present to you, ladies and gentlemen. This is the America that I want you to choose. Sure, the politicians out there today running around being mean to one another, but they're actually telling the truth. Money is being spent to deceive you. Every last one of you, even you older people, you have lived under the Republican administration. And if you're a Democrat, you know you couldn't stand it. You have lived under a Democratic administration. And if you're a Republican, you know you can't stand it. And right now, you're fighting about who's going to be the next president of the United States. Why is it that you want your man in, knowing that it's going to cause pain and suffering to another? You who out there, the 99%ers, the occupiers, you are standing up for what you believe is something that should be represented. And yet, it is not against the individuals that you stand. You stand against the policies of Republicans and Democrats alike. And yet, in November, you will go to those polls and vote for a Republican or a Democrat. Do you expect anything to be different than it has been under the other administrations? It will not. If you think it will not be. So if you think that you deserve something better, then you step out. Step out and choose or make a better choice. That's why I'm running. I'm running to give you that choice. I don't want to see people competing against one another for a piece of bread. Because when you compete, that one who gets the bread gets it and the other one goes hungry. You got people all over the nation, representatives who are out trying to build stadiums for entertainment, what they call business. I ask you, what business is more important than you, the people? And I ask you, if you are so important, why aren't you being respected as an important person, an important people? Because in reality, you're being used. I have been used. My folks have been used. But I'm asking you young people who didn't go to college, you have dreams and aspirations. Some of you got pregnant early. You didn't want to, many of you didn't want to, some of you did, but you got caught up in a whirlwind. But your dreams haven't died. You still want to have a nice home to live in. You still want to dress good and look good, have your hair done, your nails done. You still want to, in your own mind's eye, stay pretty. You want my friends, to have a career of something that you like doing, that you can do well. You haven't given up just because you're living in Skid Row, just because you're living on the other side of the track. Your dreams are still vibrant in you, and many of you are waiting for that day when you can see it. But I'm telling you, if you keep on voting for Republicans and Democrats and anybody who's talking to you about any other way of achieving something outside of doing it fairly and justly, anyone who's talking to you about doing something for some, for any special interest, and not talking about doing it for each and every last one of you, turn your back on them. Let me tell you why. Because the gander is no better than the goose, and the goose is no better than the gander. A white man is no better than a black man, and a black man is no better than a white man. I don't care how smart you are or how dumb you are. In the Creator's sight, you are special. You are precious. And you have something to contribute to make this world a better world, to make it a fantastic place to live. And I have said this many, many, many times. I have over 113 videos on YouTube and Facebook that describes every subject matter that you might be confronted with, to give you a look into the soul and mind of Eddie Marcus. I'm not trying to sneak up on you. You realize that most of the guys who are running to be president of the United States are rich. They got millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars. I got less than $20 in my pocket, no money in an account. Why? Because I have chosen to put myself in a position that I can stand up to you and be honest with you. Because I know that there are more poor people in this country than there are rich people. I know that those people who are trying to be rich, reaching out to be rich, believe in rich people. They don't realize that rich people got rich by taking stuff from everybody else. Why are you poor? You are poor because you have been robbed. Legally, it doesn't matter. You still been robbed. And so I say to you, young people, I need you. I need your support. I don't have money, and I'm not asking for money to give to the rich, to say to you what I'm saying to you today. But I'm asking you to listen to me. And if you believe that you deserve better, if you believe that those who have been representing you all of your lives have failed to meet that goal, I'm asking you to take this message and share it with everybody you know. I'm asking you to let the world know that in the United States of America, there is a descendant from slaves, a man who has broke, doesn't have any money, who has come to you and talked to you about a lifestyle, a vision that gave you a brand new day, that gave you a brand new life, a life of peace, a life of prosperity, a life of joy, free from crime and violence, free from war, free from the I don't have, free from that pressures of your own system robbing you. We have to look no further than those of you who had homes and systematically were robbed. Those of you who could not afford homes, who were given the money or the credit to acquire a home as if you were a homeowner, only to be ripped off and to have it taken away from you, with nobody paying a price except you. How long can you take it? How long will you sit back and say, it'll get better? No, ladies and gentlemen, it will get better when you make it better. It will get better when you decide that you're not going to have it any other way except better. So I'm asking you, let us together make it better. Write in Eddie Marcus for the next president of the United States. I'm taking action beginning in February to make sure that I meet all the requirements for every state. And in many states, they require that a percentage of electors choose to represent you in order to meet those requirements. I'm asking you, wherever you are, to contact me, to respond in the response section of this video. And let me know where you are. Let me know if you're interested. And find out what you can do. Tell me what you're willing to do to carry this campaign forward. We don't have to say, those with the money run this show. I can guarantee you those without the money can steal the show and go forward. I want to thank you very much. This is Eddie Marcus, spokesman for you. representative of my Father, God. Let me say something. I don't want to close this without saying something about God. In reality, I'm just like everybody else. I'm just like you. And I'm just like the other candidates for President of the United States. I'm greedy. I'm good. I'm low down. I'm a wonderful guy. We all are. The only thing that's different about my campaign and theirs is this. They believe in men. I believe in God. I believe in people who allow the Spirit of God to exist in them and do those kinds of things that God would have them do. I don't believe in a mean, vicious God. I don't believe in a hateful God. I believe in a God of love. And I talk to you because I know of this God of love. And I know that even though all of us have been afraid to make certain changes because we have been told that God will punish us, God will do such crazy things to us as has been done in the centuries past. But that wasn't God, ladies and gentlemen. That was man trying to play God without the Spirit of God. The Spirit of God is love. God knows that most of you are sinners today. In fact, we all are. And these good things, these wonderful blessings, education, unlimited, unrestricted, health care from the womb to the tomb, careers of your choosing, that allows you to participate in the creation of the goods and services that we as a nation have determined are important to us. God knows that. God wants you to have that benefit, even though today you are still sinners. Sure, you're going to receive, if you stand up, these blessings that I tell you. But some of you are still going to commit adultery. Some of you are still going to fornicate. Some of you are going to still continue to lie and cheat and other things. You're going to still do it. And you're going to continue to do it until you stop. And you're not going to stop until you make up your mind to stop. And it has nothing to do whether you got $1 million in your pocket or broke. And God knows that. But it is through love, not through pain and suffering, as we have experienced in our lifetime. Sure, you have said, we have heard it said, that pain and suffering brings us around. But not all the time. I believe that good times can bring us around. Good times that work for all of us. Not good times that work for some. Not good times that work for me and work against you. No, my friends. Good times that work for all of us. And the only way we can get that is not from a Republican, not from a Democrat, not from a Libertarian, not from a Green Party, not from me, but from God. When you says, yes, I want what I want, and what I want is for me and you. That is being said by the Spirit of God. So I want to thank you so very much. And I will be looking to hear from you soon. Bye-bye.